sing this with Yeheskel Tzion called Nishmat Kol Chai.
I think I have, yes.
I don't know if this is Syrian. I haven't had a chance. I just got this from somebody in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But this is Syrian in terms of...
Yes, it's in our style, pretty much. Avidani, is more Israeli flavored than Yeheskel Tzion. Yeheskel Tzion is here now.
Right.
And Yeheskel Tzion, because here these Israeli singers, they're very mixed because their background is very varied.
Right.
Some come there, you have Turkey or from Iraq or from North Africa, Morocco or Algeria or Tunisia, right. Or Yemen, and Iraq. Many of them come from there. So they have, and it's, once they get used to that kind of style, it's very difficult to get out of that flavor. And from the pure, what we call Halabi, our
right.
Aleppian.
Now, is the Turkey style different than Iraq, and that's different from Morocco? So they're all different.
Even though they use the same maqamat,
mm-hmm.
but there's a different flavor to their singing. I've said that before. The most delicate and the most aesthetically the most beautiful Arabic music's interpretation is the Egyptian and the Halabi, the Aleppian. So Yeheskel Tzion, though, is mostly leans to our flavor, mm-hmm. simply because where he mixes in Israel, he goes to the synagogue of Ades, Ades, A-D-E-S, Ades synagogue, and it's known. There they gather, and they do bakashot every Shabbat, and they get very involved in just our type of Halabi music.
So is the Ades synagogue a Halabi synagogue?
Yes.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Now you say you call Halabi, but there's a lot of mixed people there because, I was in Tel Aviv. I went to the Halabi synagogue supposedly, but they're mixed anyways. That's beautiful. Okay. But this Ades is more pure, you might say, Halabi than others.
More pure than others. Okay.
With regards to the flavor, just to the style. That's what I'm talking about.
Here, let me show you, for example, now on the back, they list which section of the service and then which Maqam. Which Pismon, right? Is that right, by Pismon?
Yes. El Habib.
Now, do you know what this first one is? What is it? Does this say canon? Oh, canon?
Kanun. It's the harp, the
the zither?
Yeah.
So just the name of the instrument, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It means that there's introduction by it.
Right.
By the kanun.
Right. Okay. So these pismonim would be the same pismonim that you would use to
for example, here here they don't have Adotecha Kaddish Veishtabah Ra'ubanim, they just list.
Right.
Yeah, here. Kaddish El Habib.
I think I looked and I don't think I found that one.
It's in the book.
It is in here? Okay.
It's under
Oh, I see. It's
Al-Habib.
132A. It's in the additional sections?
Right.
Yeah.
The A is A, B, C. The letters, they're additions.
Okay, maybe that's why I didn't find it earlier.
No, I think there's a...
So is this it? El Habib,
Yeah.
Salahli.
Yeah, Salahli. And the song is called Lahin El-Habib. El-Habib, you know what that means.
Right, yeah.
That's referring to Hashem.
Right.
This is El-Habib, the loved one. In Arabic, that's what El-Habib means, my loved one.
Oh, so this name here is Arabic?
Yeah.
And not Ivrit?
Yeah, Lahin El-Habib. Lahin means to the
Lahin,
tune,
to tune. Okay.
to the tune of song El-Habib
Okay.
in Arabic. Here, لحين ليلة الوداع.
Okay. And so then that's the name of the Arabic song
Yeah.
that this goes to.
See, and these are all rust.
Right.
ليلة الوداع طال النهار وقال لي قلبي ايه الخبر قلت الحبايب هجروني. That's the Arabic. حي النداء هخفت كل صار وقال لي قوي بقيت جبار عالقوي بكي مردفوني.
So, is there any reason why El Habib is used for Kaddish and not another one?
Yes. And there are others.
Oh, sure.
There are others.
Right.
But for example, look, here's another song in that same maqam and part of that prayer services, they said. But here's this song. Shabti shabti li la 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 la. This is what we call a light song.
Right.
Obviously, so it's just rhythmic. As I told you before, and this probably not every Hazzan appreciates this fact, but this is what should be. I said there are three keters, there are three crowns to the prayers as far as the quality, the type of music. And one is the Nishmat, the introduction of the Salah as soon as he starts, Nishmat. The other one is the Kaddish of the Yosef, the Kaddish of the Yosef. And the third one is the Kedusha. These are supposed to be classic pieces. The Nishmat, as soon as the Hazzan gets up, this is where he starts. If he ends up with the end of the Ishtabah, to give himself the introduction, and as soon as he gets to the Nishmat Kol Hayy, as soon as he starts that, he starts a heavy introduction of the Maqam, if he is capable. So it's usually he delivers a beautiful piece of music. Okay? And then they go, and then the other pieces, people like to join in, they like to take part. You probably have some of them take part. Say Samahin Besetam or Shavat Aniyim, Samahin Besetam, they all take part in it. And so then when it comes to the Kaddish, very classic. So this is a classic song. El Habib, very few people do it anyways. Very few, I'm going to say people, very few Hazzanim use it. Just do, with people, some Hazanim ask, give me some, some parts of the prayer so I can record. If I have time, or if they record by themselves, or if they pick it up someplace, they pick it up. Very few of them will do it, even after they have it. It's a difficult song to deliver. It's too classic, and it's very fine music.
Right.
Here's the Pizmon El Habib, which is 132A.
Right.
El Habib. The Hazzan that we have now was very capable. This here in when in between Manhan and Arbit, after Sa'udash al-Hashit, we sing Pizmonim. So every 3 or 4, look, Mo sing El Habib. He can't sing. He doesn't know it. He can't sing it. He's heard it 50 times from me. So, and this is what we did this past Shabbat, as a matter of fact, after and it's a heavy song, it tires me. It's a long song. And there's
this particular song.
Yes, El Habib, it's a long song. And there's a lot of give and take in it, and there's responses that have to be, and they have to know the responses properly. Usually they don't, so not only do I think then when they're responding, I have to keep them in step or in tone or in time and so on, or correct in the right key. El Habib. I see the styling of it. And this is all feeling of the music. El Habib Selah They stepped on the notes, but they never gave it the flavor, the swing, the feeling, and all this has a lot of feeling. When you hear the singer himself, the composer, who sings it, he happens to be also the composer of that particular song, who was very famous.
Who's that?
It'll come to me now. Something with Ahmad. He's a Muslim. You sing it, and you see his voice, it's like it's crying. There's a vetch in it, when he delivers it. It's beautiful. They don't even appreciate. They realize when someone is doing it in front of them. You know what I mean? Of course, the connoisseurs, this is where they fly. Oh, if somebody's singing like that, well, they're in ecstasy. They're in seventh heaven. The way he delivers, the way he swings this from, and he keeps carrying this melody is beautiful. He went to so many quarter notes in between there, tick, 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 he touched at them, and he swung and he reached the airway. Now, this is Rust, and he said it in Siga. He said it in Siga, he didn't say it in Da. And now, when I first heard this song, it wasn't too long ago. In fact, him, Haskell, he sings it, but he doesn't say it in Siga. He sets it in Rust. He didn't notice the fineness of that last delivery. Now let's go. That's Rust, but that's not the way the song is. Gemol alayya, pa-pa-pum, ta-la-lam. That's Siga now. Gemol alayya. Rust. You would think that that's the way it should be, because he's singing Rust. So the person that is not discerning in the fineness and the artistry in it, figures that's the way it should be. It's there. But this was so artistically known. And he puts it, that's the Siga. Right in the end, he puts it in the Siga. Oh, it's very artistic. El refa لعمد الشويل يا ناس هاريم له وش ما خودي la 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 la. That's the music accompaniment. وافضلي مياد كل مستولين repeats وافضلي مياد. That's the voices, that's playing with the voice, that's all here. But another one, he's singing the same song, but he's far away from the heart of it. That's the accompaniment. Usually some of them will do it vocally in order to carry out the whole thing.
So that's what the congregation would respond?
The singer's the one that knows. The other mezamirim, the other singers, the congregation can't do that.
Right. I mean like when you're singing Smirot for Sudat Shlishit.
Yes.
Yeah, they would sing.
They gather, usually they sit. See, and the ones that know, like this is Hazzanut, a couple of them who are familiar with the song, they could carry that. First of all, it helps me rest. Now, when you sing this, I have taken maybe 2 breaths in each. The singer doesn't take breaths. This is all said in one breath.
Wow.
See? And me, in my younger days, I was able to carry a breath 3 times as long as this. Nothing. So you carry the whole melody with just one breath very comfortably. And this is all practices, You just keep breathing and you're learning and then you have to expand your chest. And some of my friends, for fun, they used to time at how long I could hold my breath singing. Now, they're supposed to repeat this now.
Okay.
The group. They say it. They're not going to say it like I said it, but they'll carry the tune. They're going to say, Haram ana libi hashak libi hashak حيش دول ارحم عليا I'm cigar. They want the cigar. Now the compliment is cigar. The ones that I say these few people they know, they'll give me that music because then I'm going to cigar. And so this is repeated 3 or 4 times with different ways. Then عاد أن تتأبك عاد أن تتأبك and so on. So although you just see a few lines, right. But every one of these lines repeated maybe 6-7 times in different ways.
Right.
So it's a very long song. To really deliver the song properly, it would probably take easy 20 minutes.
Wow. 20
minutes at least to sing it properly. And then there's a lot of give and take. There's a lot of responses. Then you get to the aha. All together. Ta la 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 la, la la the guy say, then the other on high notes is repeated again with a different variation, and so on. So it's tiring. It's heavy. I mean, I'm not a young boy. I'm not a young man. I mean, in my youth, I could sing 8 hours straight. Didn't bother me at all. But this age, and especially when you don't practice, the voice closes. Right. If you don't practice, that's what you see in movies. It's not fake. It's true. If the singer doesn't practice his voice and keep opening it and stretching it, it's going to close. He's not going to be able to touch the nose, nor will he do it comfortably. He'll tire. It's all practice, just like you practice your arms and your limbs and so on. You practice your voice. It's normal. Especially us, who we do it all from here. Nothing is coming from here. You notice, nothing came from here. Right. Everything was here. These ahat, they're so intricate and so artful that the more I practice, even now, I could do it. It should be done even much more artistically, but I'm not in shape. You know, the waves, the tones, the thing that are in and out, and the way you swing your voice and you throw it and you catch it, it's all practice and it's a knowledge, know-how. But this is only to the connoisseur and the fine singers. There are many singers who are popular, but if they're not fine singers, they still don't do this. Mm-hmm. They touch notes, they're pleasant, they have a sweet voice, they have a pleasant voice, they have a nice delivery, but there's limitations. So this is the song in Kaddish. يتجدل ويتقدش and you have to settle and finish a melody, finish something so they can say Amen. I mean, you can't just leave it in the middle, they say Amen, where are you going? See? So that's the artist, they are planning this according to the music that you're saying and according to what you're praying. So this is what I say, the artistic, the Hazan Baqi, not only that, he makes the melody to fit and suit the words that he's saying, more or less the meaning. So in the Kaddish, you have to finish, you have 3 sections. Then Bi'al Madi. Bi'al Madi. Berachiruti. Veyemli. الخوتي ويصنع برقاني في قريب مشيحي أمين بحيخون وبيوم الخون وبحيخون بيت إسرائيل بغلا بزمن قريب بأمر ومن. This is the end of the musical composition. The rest of the Kaddish is ad-libbed, according to the Hazzan. You're good, you add, you embellish, but not part of the song, just part of the Maqam.
Okay. Okay.
يشمي ربا مبارك لعلم العلم علمية يتبرخ ويشطبح ويتطار ويترمم ويتنسي ويتهدر ويتعلي شميدي كنت شابريخه I mean off a little from the rest, but I'll come back. من كل بالخطا شيرتات نهوان تشبه حتى بني حامتا لأميرا بعلم بمرو أمين. Back to rest. بارخو إطعمنا يم براخ. There is one. ברוך אמונה ימי בורך לעולם ועד ברוך את אמונה אלוהינו מלך העולם יוסר אור וחושך and so on.
And then after that you improvise.
I improvise everything. Even the end of the Kaddish was improvised.
Right.
I leave it in Sikah, and then the whole rest of the praise is improvised, except now when we get to Semihim Besetan, I have to give them, prepare it for them, see that they come, just into that Maqam rest. Semihim Besetan, Sasim Beboam, Osim Bemareson Konim, Per Vechavod, Notnim Lishmo, Tzala Verin. לזכר מלכותו قار الشمس بيزرع حور رأى تقيم صورة لبنا شبح نوت نملو كل سيبا مرام تفعيرت وقد الله سرفني محيو يكونش. That's the part that we're going to sing. Everybody's going to join it. Then I continue. I'm constantly improvising.
Now, why was it that melody that you
Yeah,
used?
it just came to me. That's
Okay.
a,
It was the
it's
same
a
one.
rust.
The same one that he uses.
Is it? I
Yeah.
don't know. Oh, just,
Yeah.
it was
Just
rust.
coincidence,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
rust. It happens to be rust.
Yeah.
And that I just learned to it.
Okay. You said when you ended the Kaddish, you ended it in Siga or Rust?
No, rust.
Rust.
It's got to end the rust. I touched on Nahwan in the middle,
Right.
in the area in the middle, and I rust. See, I can vary now. I can go to Siga, I go to Nahwan, or whatever. It's according to the to artistry of the Hassan.
So I guess the question that I have on the back of here is, what, for example, why is it that it's El Habib with the Kaddish? Is it because El Habib is such a fine, artful song? You want to set that to Kaddish?
You want a heavy song. You
To
want
set
a
to
classic,
Kaddish.
heavy classic song, and set it to Kaddish.
Okay. So then, from what you said, the three pillars, Nishmat Kol Chai, the Kaddish, and the Kedusha, those are not improvised. Those are all sung to
Yes,
Pizmonim.
even the others, the one that I just said, the Semihim is not improvised. There are 7 parts of the music, of the Tefillat and on Shabbat, which are not improvised. Usually they are set to a pattern.
Right. Is this I know that there are lists back here.
Yeah, there's a list back there.
In the back of the Pizmonim book.
Yeah, sure, it tells you which ones they are.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Like on page 567.
67? Okay. Yeah, well, here.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nishmat, they said Mahalalach.
Okay.
شبعت مغني يشعي الحي شبعت عنيم أتى تشمع ساقط الدل تكشي ببيت شيح بيخات برنين وصدق باموناي لا يشاريم لا ناده الله بيفي شاريم تتومم وبرتي صديق تتبرخ وبنشون حسيد الكداش وكرب كدوشي تتهلل. See? The other one. هذا فصيبيا لا 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 لا.
In the Kaddish?
Deleni, that's another song, it's a heavy song. Deleni, that's rust, that's another Kaddish. Deleni miyad. Semihim. I don't remember which sound that is, but it's a light song. And the same time, تعال لشون لا 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 لا.
Is Vitagid another song? Or
No, that's the
it's
full name of it.
full
تعال
name.
لشون Vitagid. نقدشاخ that's a European, that's a Western music.
So then, these the names of the Pizmonim that could be used for these parts of the service
Maqam.
here,
And that's Maqam.
in this Maqam,
Yeah.
these are just one of many examples.
Right.
That could
Yeah,
be
they're just
used.
giving a suggestion in case somebody wants to refer and you're familiar. I mean, if you're not familiar with the Pizmon, obviously you can't choose it, so you use something else.
Right, right. Now, is there any reason, again, why this, like for the Kaddish here, it's Dalni Miyad, Is it that it's...
No, it's just because it's a little heavier song. It's a little heavier composition,
Okay.
little more intricate composition.
Are there any other heavy pismonim that are used for sections
For us,
other than Kaddish? Meaning, do you have a heavy song for Nishmat Kol Chai?
yeah, usually the Mahalalach is pretty
heavy. Now, could you use the melody from Mahalalach?
If it fits into the
Into
Kaddish,
Kaddish, yeah.
if it fits, you could use it. Yes, you could interchange them. Yes, some of them fit, some won't. In the words and in the length, some won't. The music is either too short for, and the end of that particular melody, it's either too short to fit or it's too long.
Right. So when you would pray on Shabbat, would you think ahead of time which pismonim you're going to use?
I would plan. I probably could do it impromptu anyways.
Right.
But it's good to give it some thought. You give it some thought. Yes.
Because I think when I've gone, to Bet Torah, I think I've seen Kabaso sit with the pismonim book open like this.
Yeah, sometimes you put there just to remind themselves
Right.
of that. Yeah. You look at it just to remind them. Say, listen, after all, especially, and also depends if you're a mekaven in the Islam,
Right.
and you're thinking of the Islam, and mekaven in the Islam one thing, and then you're thinking and you're doing your impromptu music. You're developing the music. All of a sudden, doesn't come to you a set song. You're gonna have to sing the song so that people should join.
Right.
So all of a sudden, it doesn't come to you which one in that particular maqam.
Right.
See? It happens. I mean, it's happened to me sometimes. So I'll improvise. I'll improvise even that other piece, and I'll try to improvise something that could be squared music. In other words, that will fit, bum, 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 bum. But that doesn't happen often. I mean, all the prayer, maybe it's happened to me 2-3 times in 30 years. But if it does happen, I go, another singer cannot improvise. Sometimes they get to it, they'll start, they forgot which song, and it's very embarrassing and very, that's well. All of a sudden he can't go, so somebody maybe will jump in and help him.
Right. So for sections like
Shavat
Shavatanim or the Hallelujah, or the sections. So the Hazan is gonna lead, and then everybody else follows.
Right.
As
soon as you started, they're all familiar. They're familiar with the melodies, and they just jump right in.
Now, how would you know if Machalalcha would work? Machalalach, excuse me. If that would work for Kaddish?
You have to have tried it. That's why you have to have tried it yourself as a Hazan. You see if it fits. You can't just on the moment say, I'm trying Mahalalach and Kaddish right now while I'm praying. You can't do that.
Because you have to know ahead of time.
Of course, you have to know ahead of time and plan it. Otherwise, it won't fit. Because you also have to plan how it fits in the words. I mean, when I did the Kaddish on this song, El Habib, one word I stretched it very much. Otherwise, you can't fit the music.
Okay. And then I think they have another chart a few pages after this.
They have so that to give a person a choice, there's two different
variety.
sets.
Right.
Yeah, here on the next page there's another rest.
Right. And then these are also heavy songs?
Yeah, El Magen Ve'ozer. Yes.
And for Kaddish?
And Kaddish, Now, Yadach Asad, it's a very nice song on the rust, and that's used also for Nishmat. It will fit in both. It could be used in both songs.
Okay.
Finish it. You nish mat kol hay tibarich et shemcha Amonai Elokeinu Veruach kol basar tifa'iru toromim zichrecha malkeinu tamid min ha'olam ve'olam music. I'm singing it, but the rest is part of music. You just improvise music. Last Friday night, I happened to pray here. There's a synagogue near me, 2 blocks away from here. I seldom go as a Hazzan to get up. I just happened to be in the mood. It took me 40 minutes to pray Arabit. But I just happened to be in the mood, and there was a small crowd, and it didn't bother me. They asked me out of 20 times, I'll agree to pray once. But he said, this is a treat instead of a treat. It's a treatment instead. No, what they say? Yeah, it says it's a treat instead of a treatment. But
you said when you go to Florida, though, you pray there?
yeah, there's nobody else. Yes, I pray myself. Although my brother David is there, and sometimes he'll help me say Mishmat. And oft times I pray both the Shahrit and I read the Sefer Torah.
And where in Florida?
In Hallandale.
In Hallandale.
Hallandale.
Is that near Miami?
Well, that's about 230th Street.
Oh, wow. Oh, 230th Street. Okay.
Yeah, that's way up north.
So it's North Miami?
North. Yeah. It's a little past North Miami. It's about 220th Street. Hallandale.
Okay. So now, would the Pizmonim that are set to the Kedusha, is that also heavy?
They're supposed to be. Now, the Kedusha, unlike though, the Kaddish, of course, is the only part that is completely solo. Mm-hmm. Nobody takes part in that.
Right.
The Nishmat, oftentimes, if they're familiar with the song, you'll find that the Kahal joins in. The Kedusha, they always like to join in.
Right.
They always like to join in. So, it's really it's incumbent on the Hazzan to select a part that the Kahal is familiar with so that they can sing with him. But nevertheless, it should be a fine composition, not one of the... Who's here?
Sure.
Yes!